Oh! Morning guys, Andy the Budget Angler here. A bit of a gloomy one. I think we've had our summer, so hope you all enjoyed it. Just out of the chalk stream. It's been chucking it down all week. Really torrential rain. Even flooding my mum's garden pond. It sort of ran out onto the lawn. That's how heavy it's been. So I'm down at the chalk stream because this bit of the chalk stream is generally less affected by heavy rain because there's a lot of like arable land around, and so I think either it soaks away or takes a lot longer to get released into the system, so you don't get these huge surges of water unless it's sort of, you know, a 1 in 100 year flood event or whatever it is. I've never ever seen it so bad here that it's unfishable. Some of the swims I'd like to get to are a little bit soggy, but what with the nettle growth now, they're up to like me armpit. So yeah, there's not going to be as many places to fish, but yeah, we'll give it a go. I'm going to be trying some little micro lures fished under a float. I've used them a couple of times now on various videos. I really enjoy using them. Still developing my own kind of budget versions of it, but these are proprietary brand, but I'm not going to go into them in this video, but you can look up other micro lure fishing videos I've done and you can have a see of those. But yeah, obviously it's a bit of a trouty area, but I would really like to try and get some of the bigger roach here, because there are some really nice roach here, and I've had some lovely ones on these little sort of, I don't know, split tail fake maggots you might call them. So fingers crossed we can get a couple, and next time you see me, hopefully I'll have a fish. Oh! I think we know what this is, guys. Well, there you go, guys. What about that lovely brown trout? That was just on the little pink jig. I'll show you that in a minute. And I'm obviously fishing it with a little float. Just cast that upstream to those rapids. Absolutely lovely fish. Well happy with that. There you go, guys, only a little one there. Lovely little fish though, very happy with that. That was just on a little paddle tail lure. Well, guys, that's what I started off on. They're the tiny little gold jig heads there. I think they're 0.14 gram with a tiny little split tail. The split tails are basically 10 mil long. That's how small they are. So like we're talking minute. Previously, the smallest I'd ever used was something like a 40, 45 mil, 50 mil. And so yeah, they're really good fun. I've had loads and loads of silvers on these, loads of little perch. But yeah, they're a bit expensive. These are by a company called Trout Magnet. This pack is about 20 quid delivered, which I suppose ain't too bad. You get about 65 pieces, including jig heads and soft plastics. But I know I can definitely do it cheaper. I'm just trying to source some little tiny jig hooks for fly tying that I can adapt with a bead or something to make my own little jig heads. But I will get that done this year at some point and give you a little rundown of that, and then I'll just show you what I've moved up onto. Right, this is what I moved on to. So they're a slightly bigger jig head. I suppose these are about a size 10 hook, and I think these are about a gram the weights on these, or it's American, it's 1/64 of an ounce, whatever that is. The little float, because these trout magnets, and they're designed to be fished with a float. They're an American thing. They fish them for like sunfish, panfish, all the little bass, all sorts of little things. There's loads and loads of videos on YouTube of people in America using them. But I was kindly given these by a subscriber, all of these trout magnet stuff. So I haven't actually bought them, but that's what I was kindly given by someone. So by one of my subscribers, and so basically it's exactly the same as what I've just showed you, but an upscaled version. I think these are about 35mm, something like that, the length of the split tail maggot, but I'll just show you them now. They're on the other side of the box. And there you go, that's a selection of the actual soft plastics. You can see there's all different colours there. They're just like a split tail. I'll try and show you that one there on the lid there. So they are sort of a soft. Trying to do this one-handed. The ground's all wet. I don't want to start putting stuff down, and I think it's going to rain in a minute. So excuse the weird camera angles, but yeah, that's they basically, and they're the full-size trout magnet. And these were kindly given to me by one of my subscribers, Mel. So thank you again, Mel. I've thanked you before in a video, and I'll just show you what I've actually fishing now, which is definitely more of a budget one. Right, that's what I'm using now. It's the same trout magnet jig head, but I've just gone on to one of these tiny little soft plastics with a paddle tail, and that's what I just had that last fish on. I got these. I think they were on Amazon. They come from Hong Kong anyway, and they were £1.50 delivered, and you get. I mean, there must be about 40 or 50 of them soft plastics in there. It's incredible. I got these and some little drop shot worm ones as well. It's obviously by there you can see by someone called John Koo, I'd never heard of, but I don't even think they were named as a brand when I bought them. It could have been off like wish.com or something like that, or AliExpress as well. I can't actually remember. If I can find the link, I will put it in the description, because for £1.50 these are an absolute bargain, and they obviously catch, because I've had two fish. The last two fish were on these little paddle tails, little rib paddle tail, and they're again about 35mm long, and they're on about a 1 gram jig head. You can see I'm just using straight through mono. It's right onto the reel, because these are so light and tiny that with the braid I just found it slightly too heavy to cast them. So I'm not casting, I'm not lobbing these miles either. So I've just found that just fishing them straight through on this mono, I think it's £6, something like that, is fine. I know for a fact there are no pike here. Well, not a complete fact, because it's a river, they can come in anywhere, but I've fished here for over a year and never seen any sign of any other predatory fish other than trout. So I'm reasonably confident. If I was somewhere else, if I was in the canal, I'd definitely consider using a very, very light wire trace, and you can get them, you can buy them online now, like the 25 centimetre ones. But here I'm not too worried. If I was fishing like, as I said, the canals or one of the lakes that I can lure fish, then I would definitely put a trace on, especially with the paddle tail, because pike on will of that all day long. Oh, this is a better one, guys. Literally, as it hit the water, I thought it was a snag. There you go, guys, lovely trout. They're definitely the best one of the day, and he's got some of his dorsal fins missing there, and he's got quite a nasty, relatively recent wound on him. I think that's probably a heron attack, because it's very shallow here and the herons can wade out, but I think this would be an optimistic bite for a heron. But yeah, hopefully he'll recover all right. I'll get him straight back. Yeah, he's ready. Oh, off he came. Well, this is the latest jig that I'm using. It's a little 0.5 gram like enamelled orange flat, like a Smartie really, that looks a bit like. It's a size 12. This was a 50mm paddle tail. I just nipped the front of it off to make it about 35mm. It's still got great action, really wibbly wobbly, and that's what the last couple of fish have been on. It's not, because it's so light, it's not really getting down in the fast flowing water. It's hard to judge it really, but there's so much weed around. And I mean, this is actually the first time, I think these are the first fish I've ever caught in moving water, and the first lure caught trout I've ever caught. So from that point of view, I'm really pleased, and yeah, I'm gonna persevere and try and get a few more. Cool, this is going well. And I've There you go, guys. What about that? Now that is an absolutely cracking trout. I'm so happy with that. That was brilliant. Just in this very fast flowing shallow bit, I've had to battle through the jungle to get here, but well chuffed. Absolutely nailed the little jig. Lovely little thing. Well, what can we say? Another little thing ticked off the book. I've just sort of realised I'm going along. I never really lure fished in a moving water unless you count sort of a bit of lure fish on the Broads. Never caught a trout on a lure before either. Obviously I've done fly fishing. It's not quite the same. So yeah, really happy with that. It's another little thing ticked off. Would have been nice to have had some little roach or dace on the tiny little the little mini magnets, but I think that the trout are just going to muller anything. To be honest, they're so sort of voracious feeders, aren't they? They really just don't stop. But yeah, I mean they're such fun to catch. They really are. Yeah, so really looking forward to having some more of them this year, and all the rest of the fun that we're going to have on the season. Sorry if you're getting a bit of wind on the microphone. That's it really, I think, for today. So thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, do hit that thumbs up, and please drop me a sub. And also, if you feel like sharing this across your social media, I'd be eternally grateful. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, guys. Fish on.